is how to maintain your weight or the muscle you gained during the off season during the season. A lot of people complain about losing 5 to 10, maybe 15 pounds during the season. They don't know why. I'm going to go over a couple reasons why and how you can avoid losing all that hard-earned muscle or the weight you put on in the off season during the season. So the first thing that you need to take into account is the food you're taking in. Body weight is simply calories in versus calories out. So if you're burning more calories during the season, chances you're going to lose more weight if you're not replacing those calories during the season. So say you were taking in 2,000 calories during the off season, but your activity level was strictly lifting, and then you'd have a couple days where you played. And now it's going to you lifting every once in a while and playing a lot. So you're burning a lot more calories. Thus, you need to replace those calories with more calories. On the talks of calories, you need to eat more protein as well during the season. A lot of people, when they travel or during the season, you're a lot more busy, and your food choices change, and then you pick foods that are not as high in protein. And protein is the #1 macronutrient for maintaining and building muscle. So if you're not taking in enough protein, you're going to put your body in a position to not have a sustainable amount of protein to maintain that muscle or build future muscle. So that's number 2. Number 3, sleep. During the season, everybody knows it's stressful. You're doing a lot of traveling. You might not get back until 2 in the morning, and then you have class at 8. It's simply, if you're only you need to start taking more naps, or during the day, your total amount of sleep should be at least 9 hours, especially during the season if you want to maintain your muscle or your weight. That's huge. And number 4, the 4th step is you need to maintain your strength program. You need to keep working out. I can't stress this enough. During the season, yes, you're not going to be lifting as hard. You're not going to be doing as much workout. Like, so say your regular workout takes an hour and a half. Your workout during the season should only take 30 to 45 minutes. You're doing the exercises that are going to give you the most bang for your buck, that aren't going to beat you up too much. So for example, during the off season, you were doing 5 sets of 5 on squats. During the season, you might do 1 set of 5 at that same weight, just to maintain what you build. So your body works as in a stimulus. So say you don't do an exercise. So say you don't squat during the season. All that squatting you did in the off season, your body was like, okay, this is an outside stimulus that we're using a lot, and we're gonna be ready for it. We're gonna get as strong as we can doing it by constantly adding a little bit more weight every single workout, and you're building up that strength. So if you during the season decide not to do that, you run the risk of teaching your body, okay, we don't need to be strong in this position more. We don't need all this extra muscle we don't need to maintain this strength because we're not doing it. So even just doing 1 set of 5, you'll maintain that strength. You're not going to, during the season, the goal is not to build strength. The goal is to maintain what you built during the off season. So that's huge. And granted, muscle weighs more than fat. So if you're losing 5, 10, 15 pounds, you're probably losing a lot of muscle. That's huge. So, and the last point is, during the season, you're doing a lot more running than you are lifting. That takes into account 2 different energy systems. So you have your explosive movement system. It's called the anaerobic, and then you have the aerobic, which is like the longer duration workouts or longer. So practice is a long duration workout. Strength training is not. So they're 2 different ends on the pendulum. So when you're doing a lot of strength training, you shouldn't be doing a lot of aerobic. when you're doing a lot of aerobic, your strength training is going to go down. So the goal is you want to try and maintain all that strength that strength and muscle that you built during the off season, and through all those steps I told you before is the way you can do that. Maintaining muscle during the season, it's tough. You just need to be conscious of the steps that we talked about. Get your sleep, get enough protein. Replace those calories, those extra calories you're burning during the season, with more caloric intake, so you maintain your weight. And that's about it, you guys. Oh, and don't forget to work out. Even if you're with your team and you have to work out, be consistent. Don't just go through the motions. Like, hit your workout hard, be smart, and save all that muscle you gained. I hope you guys learned something today. Check out the Instagram at Genetic Potential Academy, Facebook, same, and check out the website geneticpotentialacademy.com.